Well, hello, boys and girls. I'm so glad you could join us this evening. I have a very special story I would like to tell you today about the true meaning of Christmas. So, I would now like to tell you the story about two wonderful children named Josh and Jane. They were happy kids and they were very generous. They gave gifts all the time. It didn't seem to matter what time of year it was. They just gave and gave and gave. Then this one day, Josh and Jane, they made a new friend. Let's go make a new friend. They made a new friend named Stephen. Stephen was a monkey. And they loved Stephen. They would play with Stephen, dance with Stephen. And even Jane loved to climb trees with Stephen. So they had so much fun and they enjoyed their new friendship with Stephen. But they found out that because Stephen was a monkey, he had never celebrated Christmas and didn't really know what Christmas was about. So Christmas was soon approaching. So Josh and Jane thought they would do something really nice for Stephen. When Stephen wasn't home, they went out and they brought a Christmas tree and they decorated Stephen's little home and decorated the little tree. And then they put a gift under the tree just for Stephen. And it read, "Merry Christmas, Stephen!" And they made it very special and they left. So when Stephen came home, what's this? Oh my! And he read and he seen that the present was from Josh and Jane. He thought, oh no! I have nothing to give them for Christmas. What am I going to do? Oh, and this really, really bothered him and weighed heavy on his heart. So he needed to go to his special thinking place out in the woods. Whoosh! And he sat on his favorite log and he thought, oh, what am I going to do for my friends Josh and Jane? I don't really have any presents or anything that I could give them, and they made me such a wonderful tree and such a beautiful present. What can I do? What can I do for my friends Josh and Stephen? Then, as he was sitting there thinking, all of a sudden, the spirit of Christmas came down. And he said, Stephen, Christmas isn't all about presents and what you can get. Christmas is about what's in your heart. So remember, Stephen, Christmas is all about what's in your heart. And then the way Christmas spirit went. So Stephen sat on the log a little while longer and he thought. Then it came to him in a moment. He knew exactly what he was going to give Josh and Jane. So off he went home. So when Stephen arrived home, he went into his very special place and he created something super special. So Jane and Josh went to go see Stephen. Hi, Stephen! Did you like your Christmas gift we gave you? And Stephen said, yes, I loved it very much. This is such a beautiful tree. Oh, we're so glad that you like it. And he says, and you know what? I have a gift for you too. But you have to guess what it is. It is the biggest and the best present in the whole wide world. They kind of looked at each other and they thought, what is the biggest and the best present in the whole wide world? Then Josh piped up, is it bigger than Buckingham Palace? And Stephen laughed and he says, oh, yes. It's much bigger than Buckingham Palace. Then Jane piped up and said, I know, it's got to be all the gold in Fort Knox. And Stephen said, oh no, it's much more valuable than all the gold in Fort Knox. And then they looked at each other. And then Jane said, I know, it must be the crown jewels. And Stephen laughed again. Nope, it's not the crown jewels. Thieves can steal the crown jewels from you, and this can never be stolen, ever. And Josh and Jane looked at each other very puzzled. And they said, okay, Stephen, we give up. What is the biggest and the best present in the world if it's not bigger than Buckingham Palace, and it's more valuable than all the gold at Fort Knox, and it can't be stolen? I'm puzzled. What could it be, Stephen? So Stephen ran to get his present. And he came back with a great big heart, and he handed it to Josh and Jane. And he said, I made this huge heart, and it represents love. I have all the love in the world to give you, and that is the biggest and the best and the most valuable present that nobody could ever steal. So Merry Christmas, Josh and Jane! And then they all had a big hug. The end. So you see, boys and girls, the true meaning of Christmas is not about the biggest present you could get or how many presents you receive. It's all about what's in your heart. And for Stephen, he had nothing but love to give to Jane and Josh. Merry Christmas!